Hey everyone, it's Amir Zahir, and for white people that's Amr Zal, and it's tax time for the genocide. As we enter 2024, American public schools are crumbling. Almost 750,000 Americans are homeless, and over 44 million Americans experience food insecurity. Currently, Israel receives about $4 billion in our tax monies every year. Late in 2023, the House approved another $14 billion, with President Biden's enthusiastic support.
It is the best $3 billion investment we make.
In fact, he said we would place no conditions on this aid.
Were there not an Israel?
If there were no Israel,
There were not an Israel.
The United States of America would have to invent an Israel.
we'd have to invent one.
We'd have to invent one.
Of course, this is all while Israel is using our tax dollars to conduct an open genocide in front of our eyes. One might say the Israeli military is dependent on our money. Dependent. Dependent. That's interesting. So I have an idea, but before I get into it, here's an important announcement.
Nothing in this video constitutes legal and/or financial advice. Amr Zal is simply proposing a method to express distaste with American foreign policy and make federal employees spend a lot of time examining tax forms instead of sending money to kill babies.
As Americans, we file a tax form called a 1040. After you fill out your basic information, you come to a section labeled Dependents. I've always had no dependents, but this year I'm going to identify a new one on my tax form. Israel. But again, of course,
Nothing in this video constitutes legal and/or financial advice. Amr Zal is simply proposing a method to express distaste with American foreign policy and make federal employees spend a lot of time examining tax forms instead of sending money to kill babies.
for my dependent's social security number, I'm writing in 1948. I hope that's not taken. Now here's an important part. Relationship to you. I'm gonna write illegitimate genocidal stepchild. Now I might add some other dependents too. Maybe Benjamin Netanyahu, abusive genocidal stepfather. How about Joe Biden, disorientated genocidal grandfather? After you have inserted all your new genocidal dependents, you must eventually sign your tax form. And in the signature box, we have this proclamation. Under penalties of perjury, I declare that I have examined this return and accompanying schedules and statements, and to the best of my knowledge and belief, they are true, correct, and complete. So, to the best of your knowledge and belief, do you, as an American taxpayer, believe that Israel and pro-Israel genocidal recipients of your tax monies are dependents? I think so. So I'll sign it with a clear conscience. Now, am I saying all of you should do this too? Maybe, but don't forget.
Nothing in this video constitutes legal and/or financial advice. Amr Zal is simply proposing a method to express distaste with American foreign policy and make federal employees spend a lot of time examining tax forms instead of sending money to kill babies.
But I do know this, if the IRS receives 10,000, 100,000, or a million of these tax forms, they will have a lot of work to do and a lot of questions to ask themselves. Maybe they will start worrying more about addressing education here instead of buying bombs to blow up schools in Gaza. Maybe they will solve homelessness in our cities instead of buying the missiles that make millions homeless in Palestine. And maybe we can take people out of hunger in America instead of funding starvation of people in a concentration camp. And maybe they will hear us all declaring with one clear, unified voice: no more killing babies with our money, no more destroying civilizations with our dollars, no more genocide. Yeah, you didn't even know you had a genocidal stepchild.